If you watch this entire video, I can guarantee you that you will never starve at university, regardless of how much SFE you get. We're so back. Welcome to episode 2 of Before the Hangover. This is Freshers Don't Go Broke, Money 101, where I tell you everything money related, okay? So, like I said, this is the ultimate Freshers series, and this will cover every single aspect of your money situation at uni. I know that money is one of those things that people worry about a lot, but I'm here to ease some of your worries and provide a lot of solutions that many people don't know about. But because you have these solutions, you'll avoid a lot of problems. Number 1 is a student bank account. Think of a student bank account as a bank shooting their shot to be in a relationship with you. At the end of the day, banks know that no one wants to switch their banks ever in their life. So this is kind of their last chance to get you to pick them. And they offer certain incentives such as cash, such as overdrafts, 0% overdrafts. And there are so many options that you probably just don't know which one to go for. Everyone's saying to go for something else. You want to stick to your current one. I'm about to tell you which one is the best one to get. And believe it or not, there is a wrong option to make. Just a quick note, never get more than one student bank account at a time, please. I'm seeing more and more people do this and recommend to others to do this. Do not do this. If banks find out, and they can find out by looking at your credit file and seeing multiple accounts and seeing big overdrafts of 2 accounts, they will shut down your bank account. They will shut down your bank account, and then they will demand that you pay any overdraft that you have used, or they won't let you sign up again. It's just not worth the hassle. Stick to one bank account and one only. Don't open multiple bank accounts, okay? Because it's against a lot of the bank's terms and conditions. And before I get into the options, a lot of people think that you have to have an overdraft when you get a student bank account, and that's what puts off a lot of people. They're like, oh yeah, but I don't want an overdraft. I don't want to do all of that. Guys, you can set up a student bank account without an overdraft, and this is so important to understand, because the main reason people don't want to switch their bank accounts is because they don't want to get an overdraft. And if you don't have to get an overdraft, you can still take advantage of the benefits. For example, some banks offer cash. Some banks offer Just Eat gift cards on a regular basis, like £15 every month. Deliveroo gift cards. So you don't have to get a 0% overdraft, okay? It's optional. Into the options for student bank accounts. Everyone is saying, get a Santander bank account, get a Santander bank account. Do not get a Santander bank account. You are leaving gift cards and cash on the table. People are saying, oh yeah, but it's got a rail card. I want that because I travel. Guys, you can get a rail card for £35. You can get it for £27 using uni days. It's not worth it, okay? It is not worth picking Santander over a different bank account. There are better options for students. We already went through what Santander offers. Santander offers up to £1,500 0% overdraft, meaning that you can borrow up to £1,500 and just pay them back within 3 years. Again, this is debt, so be careful when you use an overdraft and only use it when you have to. Now on to NatWest. They're offering £85 cash and a 4-year taste card. Again, this is very tempting as well. However, there's a few options that are so much better. Moving on to Lloyds. Lloyds will give you only up to £500 overdraft, but if you don't care about the overdraft, this is a great option because they will give you £100 in cash, £15 in delivery vouchers every single month. This is really good, and it costs you nothing. It costs you absolutely nothing. All you have to do is set up your student bank account with Lloyds, and then they'll give you that. There is one more option. I recommended this option last year.
It wasn't bad enough that Lancaster declined me, my firm declined me, but Nationwide declined me.
This year, they're coming out on top again, and it is Nationwide. Nationwide is offering up to £100 in cash and up to £120 in Just Eat vouchers. But what makes Nationwide different to Lloyds is that it gives you up to £1,000 in overdraft. So the overdraft that they give you is a bit higher. Okay, so if you ever need to borrow a large amount of money, Nationwide is better at that. It's got a higher food delivery voucher, and it still has that £100 cash. So my recommendation to every single student out there that's going to university in September is to go for the Nationwide student bank account. They are giving you £100 for free, and they are also giving you £120 in Just Eat vouchers. Guys, that is completely free, and you don't even have to set up an overdraft for that. All you have to do is just follow their terms and conditions, which is to deposit, I think it's £500 into your account, and just to use the card. So as long as you just switch your account to Nationwide, you will get all of those benefits. Now, if you are in second year, the best student bank account that you can get if you want to switch away is going to be Lloyds, because you can get that £15 monthly delivery credit, and you can also get £100 cash. So if you're starting second year university or you got declined from Nationwide, you can just go for the Lloyds bank account. It's still got amazing perks. Just avoid the other ones because, again, Santander offers a rail card, but you can get a rail card for £27 for the year. So my recommendation is go for Nationwide. If you get declined from Nationwide, go for Lloyds Bank. Whatever you do, do not get a student overdraft, okay? People have this misconception that you can only get a student overdraft when you apply for a student bank account. You can always get a student overdraft. You can set up a bank account without needing a student overdraft, and then in a few months' time, when you need to get your second year house and put your deposit, you can just set up your overdraft. And many people don't know this, which is why they stay away from student bank accounts. But that is an option that is available. And I hope that gives you peace of mind so that you can set up your student bank account. It's basically free money and you get free benefits, please. Number 2 is going to be fill in the HC1 form. Please, for the love of God, this simple thing will save you hundreds. If you are 19 right now, or you are going to be 19 during first year of uni, you need to know this information. When you turn 19, you no longer get support from the NHS, meaning that when it comes to dentistry, eye tests, a lot of NHS services, you have to start paying, okay, out of pocket, meaning that dentists can cost up to hundreds of pounds and it starts being very unaffordable. There are a lot of students that avoid going to the dentist because of how expensive it is. This is not okay. Dentistry is part of your health, part of your mental health, physical health, your appearance, your self-esteem. It is so important. Filling in this HC1 form, they will evaluate your circumstances, and I think you have to meet a bit of criteria. One of them is to not have above £6,000 in savings. Once you fill in the HC1 form, you will get a certificate. That is either a HC2 certificate or a HC3 certificate. A HC2 certificate will give you 100% coverage for your dental care, meaning that you don't have to pay for anything. Even though you are 19, you still get full coverage from the NHS. And that will also help with your eye tests, with your glasses as well. You get a HC3 certificate. This will also give you partial coverage, meaning that you get certain things discounted. And I know that it's not full if you get this. This is probably because of some of your circumstances, but it's still better than nothing. And a lot of students don't fill this in and they pay so much money. So if you haven't already and you're 19 or you're about to be 19, remember to fill in the HC1 form and get your certificate. It will save you so much money. On number 3 is budgeting. You need to budget. Don't be the student that just has their bank account and just like, oh yeah, just spends anything and gets full in their student overdraft and they don't look at their financial situation. A lot of students think that it's really hard to do budgeting and they can't be asked to do all of this maths. It's so simple. This is a very simple budgeting technique that I used, okay? But this is what you do. It's not overwhelming at all. It's a very simple formula. So first you have to find out how much student finance you get. Once you have that number, you go into the Notes app, type it in, find out how much your student accommodation costs. Your SFE minus your accommodation, okay? And then you divide it by 3. This is your monthly allowance, okay? Yeah, I want you to take £150 of that monthly allowance and put it in a separate account. Or just hide it away, just don't touch it because that is your grocery money. You cannot touch that. And then the rest is going to be how much you can spend for that month. This is so helpful to have because a lot of students just tap away, tap away, tap away. They live on like takeouts for the first month, but then they live on like rice and chicken for like the last 2 months. And budgeting allows you to see how much money you actually have. And I want you to do your budgeting right before you go to university. If you don't have enough SFE to pay rent, then you need to do this. Pay whatever SFE you have towards your rent and then call your parents and ask. I know so many students that don't do this because they're just like embarrassed to ask for help and they want to be independent. But if you have parental help available, ask. If that doesn't work, I need you to call Student Finance England. I need you to call them and be like, oh, hey, listen, I don't have enough student finance to pay my rent. Can you do anything? Because sometimes they can extend it on certain occasions. They can look at your application and sometimes you fill it in wrong so they can help you. It's worth a call. And then last case scenario would be to get a job, and that ties in jobs at university. When choosing jobs for university, there is a very different approach if your SFE covers rent and if it doesn't cover rent. And I'm going to go through both sides. If you have student finance to cover your rent and you just want a small side hustle, you just want to make money so you can go out, I would recommend to check agencies in your area. So just search employment agencies or job agencies in your student city and just try to find as many as possible. This is essentially temporary work and they will basically give you very flexible shifts. For example, they might call you and say, I need you on Saturday for this event. And it can be very good money. The only problem is it is not stable. So if you don't have enough money to cover your rent, it might not be a good option. I would also recommend going into local shops, going into local small businesses and basically saying, hey, do you need any help? Go in person. Do not apply on Indeed and sit there for hours because I am telling you, they will just scan through your CV and just move on. You have to actually go into the small shops. If you see that they don't have enough people working, take a mental note of that and then go back to the small business and ask if they're hiring. Just ask around, go in person and ask. And if worst comes to worst, choose hospitality. It's so fun. Hospitality can be so fun. It can be a little bit traumatizing, I admit, but it can be so fun. So I'm talking food and beverage industries. If you can't get retail, go to food and beverage. Now, if you need a guaranteed income, so if you're looking for a job as a student and it's because your SFE isn't enough to cover your rent, SFE isn't enough to cover living expenses, then you need to follow this. You need to apply to a big chain, meaning that when you are at uni, you will work for this company, and then when you go back home, whether that's for Christmas or summer, you will be able to transfer stores. That's why it's so important to have a big chain. You can get a temporary small job until you find one, but you need to get into a big chain store as soon as possible. A lot of people that I know work at Tesco, so they're able able to just transfer. I'm going to recommend something that not many people really talk about. Work in telecommunications retail. I am talking O2 stores. I am talking Free stores. I'm talking EE stores. It is the simplest retail jobs that you will have. You will be sitting down for most of the time, and there will be a lot of young people there as well. And not only that, but it will build your like sales skills and stuff. Get a sales retail job. It is so fun. But if you can't get any of those, any other retail stores work. Ryman's, Asda, Tesco, supermarkets. Supermarkets are a very good one. Go for one of those if you need a consistent income, because they can provide it compared to these temporary agencies. If you don't want to get a job, but you still want to make a bit of money and like you don't want anything permanent, then there's a few options for you as well. There is Vinted, buy and sell clothes. I know so many people that do this, and if you can literally use Vinted to genuinely make money as a student and fund your life at university. If you have a car at university, you are very lucky. You can do something that's called Amazon delivery. And this basically means that you'll deliver packages and the shifts can be so good. If you do Amazon, you can make up to £70 in 5 hours. That's really good. Like you can just do one shift a week and that's your whole uni thing sorted. So if you have a car at university, you are sorted because you can just do Amazon. When people say that they are starving at university, do not listen to them because it is optional. And a lot of people look at me and they're like, Richard, you are so classless. Like people don't have money to afford food. Every single university has a hardship fund. This means that if you ever see yourself starving, if you ever see yourself not being able to make ends meet, and you are a student enrolled full time, there is a support system there for you. I need you to go to your student union, and don't worry, they won't judge you. They see these things all the time. Go to your student union, explain the situation. They might ask to go through your bank statement sometimes so that they can help you with a plan. Essentially, they have a small amount of money that they can give out and they don't expect it back. It's kind of like a grant. They're taking care of their students. So if you ever see yourself starve, go to your student union. Don't just starve in silence, please. So many students starve in silence, but you don't have to. There are hardship funds available at university. They'll give you money or they'll redirect you to a food bank. Number 5, these are a few extra tips that I would so recommend. If you are struggling, but you know someone that has HelloFresh, ask them for a free box. Every single HelloFresh customer gets given 5 or 6 free boxes. And if you know someone that has HelloFresh, ask for a free box. You pay for delivery, and then your first box is like a £5 or £6, and that can literally feed you for a week. Number 2 is Too Good To Go. I know a few people that got like £30 worth of groceries for only £5 from Too Good To Go. So definitely download Too Good To Go because it can actually save you sometimes. And you can get some really good treats for really cheap money. And that is so useful as a student. Number 3 would be freeze everything and buy reduced. If you see chicken wings that are like 50p reduced, I've seen that in Asda, then take it home with you and freeze it. Even though it expires tomorrow, when you freeze meat, when you freeze food, it will last you so long, and you can always just defrost it and cook it. And if you have an air fryer, you can just pop it in the air fryer and you can just cook it. Obviously season it beforehand, but yeah, frozen food will be your best friend if you're broke at university. This is to those that drink squashka. If I could say one drink that I would recommend to all broke students for prees, for heavy drinking, for anything, it will be squashka. Not only is it cheap, you can get a bottle of squash for like 80p, vodka for like £10 that will last you for a week. You'll be drinking a lot of water as well, and that is so helpful because you will see that you won't get as many hangovers. You can get 8 packs of Boldak noodles for £1. There is a Korean shop called Seoul Plaza. Every single month or so, they do a sale where they sell a big box of noodles that have like 7 or 8 of them. Boldak noodles for £1.50. They do this because they expire soon and they just want to get rid of them. It can be so useful when you're a student. I remember one time I was hungover and then I went to the Korean shop and I was like, oh my God, these are such cheap noodles. I mean, I kept on seeing it happen every single month. Money doesn't have to be a thing that you stress about. As long as you budget properly and you just see what situation you're going to be in whilst you're at university, you can plan ahead, make adjustments and still have fun. Don't just deal with it later, deal with it now. Know exactly how much money you're going to have, and if you have more than enough, then that's perfect. If you have less, then you can create a plan as to how you're going to handle uni, whether that's going to be getting an extra job, whether that's going to be asking your parents for money, and even that student bank account can give you an extra £100 and that can literally fund your freshers. So that is it for the money series. There was a lot in this video, but if there was a few things that I wanted to just draw out specifically, is get a student bank account. And if you ever struggle, please don't struggle in silence. There is a hardship fund ready for you. Next episode is going to be prepping for university. That's going to be next Friday. I'm going to create a list of everything you need for university, the essentials, the nice to have, things that are very underrated that not many people have. That's going to come next Friday. So if you're doing your uni shopping, hold on a bit and wait until next Friday, just in case there are a few things that you didn't know. So yeah, see you guys next Friday, and thank you for watching, and subscribe if you don't already so that you don't miss out on any of my videos, because no one's paying me to do this. Bye, I'm off. Rabbit goes boom.